Whether you want to make friends, network professionally, find a romantic partner, or maintain your relationships, the way you present yourself can either enhance or hinder your chances. We all have certain habits that can turn others off, but there are some that instantly destroy your image and self-value. Such habits include: Number 1. Did you know that the majority of us, consciously or unconsciously, wear masks on a daily basis? That's right. We all engage in pretense. The first mask is the persona we adopt when we are in society or among strangers. The second mask is the one we wear in front of our friends. The third mask is what we present to our family. And the fourth mask is the one we wear when we are alone. Yes, even when we are alone. The majority of humans still engage in pretense. For example, a famous artist may pretend to be a strong and happy person in public or in front of strangers. When with her friends, she may reveal that she is indeed strong, but not truly happy. In the presence of her family, she might again reveal that she is neither happy nor strong. She may have many flaws, insecurities, or even exhibit occasional erratic behavior. Lastly, when she is alone, she may still unconsciously wear a mask, projecting a false self-image or identity. This mask serves as a shield, because she is too afraid to confront her most authentic, truest self. It protects her from facing her genuine feelings, insecurities, and vulnerabilities. Removing these masks, especially when we are alone, can be a daunting experience. However, it is also a powerful and liberating one. It allows individuals to connect with their innermost selves, acknowledge their strengths and weaknesses, and foster self-acceptance. It enables them to truly love themselves and develop an authentic relationship with their own being, which in turn leads to more genuine connections with others. This is the ultimate step towards self-love, to be open and honest with ourselves, to remove all masks, and to embrace our true selves. It is no wonder that we are repelled by those who are always fake and pretentious, as nobody likes a fake person. However, at a deeper level, it is also because we dislike the fact that we ourselves engage in pretense and deceive our own selves. Number 2. This next habit is common and can undoubtedly push others away. Have you ever noticed how our minds always crave to be the best? The amusing thing is that it doesn't matter which area it pertains to. As long as it involves being the best or the worst, our minds will seek it. Let's consider a typical conversation you might have heard. I have 5 supercars. And the other person responds, well, I have 10 cars. The second person's mind feels satisfaction, a sense of winning, and pride. On the other hand, you might come across a conversation like this: I am very poor. If I can eat once a day, I consider myself lucky. Then the other person replies, well, if I can eat once every 2 days, I would consider myself lucky. In this second example, they are competing to be the poorest, and if they win, their minds feel content, victorious, and proud of being the most miserable person in the world. This is how our minds operate to survive and strive to be the best, regardless of the aspect of life. Therefore, it is essential to pay attention to our minds. Notice when we are engaging in competitive behavior that feed our egos. This is also one of the masks or personas we wear daily, even when we are alone. We tend to observe this behavior more strongly in young children, but many people carry it with them until they are old, and it negatively impacts their relationships with others. Number 3. Do you often find yourself seeking reassurance from others about yourself, buying things you don't need to show off, and frequently posting on social media for the sake of likes, or perhaps approval? If so, then you are an approval seeker. We all experience the desire to feel valued or appreciated at some point in our lives. However, this behavior not only prevents us from experiencing true happiness, as our self-worth becomes dependent on others' opinions, but it also makes us needy and excessively focused on pleasing others. Conversely, when we come across someone who exudes confidence and self-assurance, we find them attractive and are drawn to follow them. Being an approval seeker is the opposite of being attractive, as it conveys a lack of confidence, low self-value, neediness, and self-disregard. Why would anyone want to follow someone who is unsure of themselves and needs constant reassurance from others. It is a significant turnoff for others. Attempting to hide our approval-seeking tendencies, pretending to be confident, or battling against them is ultimately futile. Our true nature will inevitably reveal itself. Instead, it is important not to resist this aspect of ourselves, as whatever we resist tends to become stronger. Furthermore, approval-seeking behaviors can disguise themselves in other forms, which we'll discuss later in this video. The only genuine way to overcome the need for constant validation is by cultivating awareness of our thoughts. For instance, when we feel the urge to show off or seek validation, we should simply notice it without passing judgment and ask ourselves why we are driven by these impulses. The key is to observe our thoughts, without labeling them as either good or bad. With time, we will start to recognize the patterns in our thinking when seeking approval, and naturally, these patterns will begin to dissolve, much like darkness dissipates when light is introduced. Number 4. If we have done something wrong, it is appropriate to apologize. However, excessive apologies can have a majorly negative impact and turn others off. It is important not to apologize unnecessarily, as it can be super annoying and make you appear lacking in confidence, thus diminishing your value. Apologizing itself is not indicative of low value, but apologizing excessively stems from insecurities, the belief that others may not like us, or a sense of weakness. It is crucial to notice the underlying reasons behind our apologies. Instead of saying sorry for every small thing, that doesn't warrant an apology, and seeking pity or acceptance, we can harness the power of reframing. Instead of saying I'm sorry for talking too much, we can say thank you for listening. Okay. Rather than apologizing for being late, we can express gratitude by saying thank you for waiting. Okay. Instead of apologizing for asking too many questions, we can show appreciation by saying thank you for your guidance. Okay. By reframing our language, we shift the focus from negativity, weakness, and feeling down to gratitude, appreciation, and positivity. We already have enough negativity, so it is a wonderful opportunity to contribute to making the world and other people's day more positive. Number 5. If you encounter a person who appears to not care about anything, the majority of people might perceive them as confident, cool, and badass. While it is true that confident individuals do not concern themselves with what others think about them, and their happiness does not depend on the approval of others, as we discussed before, many people try to mimic this confidence and end up displaying a fake sense of confidence where they genuinely disregard others. They literally do not care about anything. Both of these attitudes may seem similar on the surface, but there is a significant difference internally. Notice the distinction. The first person does not care about others' opinions in the sense that their happiness is not affected by others' judgments. On the other hand, the second person does not care about others' opinions, advice, well-being, and so on. This is a major turn-off. Have you ever watched a zombie movie? That one friend who pushes others towards the zombies to save themselves. Is a prime example of the second type of person, one who doesn't give a damn about others. If you have such a friend, it's best to avoid them. And if you find yourself becoming this kind of person, recognize that it may stem from a positive intention of not relying on others' opinions to be happy and content. Therefore, it is crucial to be aware of our thoughts without judging them as good or bad, and truly accept and love ourselves. When you genuinely love yourself, it becomes impossible to be that kind of person, because those who truly love themselves will naturally love others. However, those who do not love themselves will harm others and become what we call egoistic individuals. The logic behind this is simple. If you want to give money to others, you must first be rich. If you want to help others, help yourself become self-sufficient first. If you want to love others, love yourself first. Be filled with love so that you can share it with others.
Love you!
You can't give money to others if you don't have a single penny. If you still give, even though you don't have money, it must be fake money. Similarly, if you offer love without genuinely having it within yourself, it must be fake love. So, make sure that we do not fall into the same trap of those habits that will repel everybody. If you don't want to miss the part 2 of this video, subscribe to the Brainy Bites. In the meantime, you can check out these equally mind-blowing videos